Creating Your Own Job, aimed at providing you with resources and assistance to start your own business. Focusing on customer benefits, analyzing the marketplace, financial forecasting, financial assistance, creating your own job.
Welcome to Creating Your Own Job, a series that features topics and experts to help you start or grow your business. I'm Bill Hodges, a volunteer host with Tampa Bay Community Network, a community resource where you can take video production training and have your own on-air cable TV show, and the internet. Today we're talking about resources for veterans, women, and minority-owned businesses. With me, I have as my guests Rita, Sauri, Community Service Program Coordinator with Hillsborough County Small Business Information Center, Robert Chavarria, Senior Manager and Veterans Affairs Officer for the South Florida District of the U.S. Small Business Administration, and Jack Grise, SCORE Pinellas Ambassador and Vice President, SCORE Pinellas Veterans Initiative. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to have you on the program. There are so many of my fellow veterans, many of our minorities, and others who are just ready to go. They've got ideas, they're excited, but they don't know where to go. So you're going to tell them today, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Rita, tell us a quick overview of your organization.
We are part of Hillsborough County Economic Development Department. We concentrate on the small businesses. We have an office on 56th Street on the Corporate Square, and we offer workshops free. The workshops right now are free of charge, and we offer 1-hour consultation free for anybody that wants to.
If I have a business idea and I've never been in business before.
You have no idea where to start.
Right.
You come to us and we'll help you. We'll show you the steps to follow. To get registered with the state, to get a business tax receipt, everything you need to know to start your business.
Outstanding. Robert, a lot of my comrades in arms weren't as lucky as I am, and especially the young people coming back from 6 and 7 tours in Afghanistan. What can you do to help them?
Bill, what we can do to help veterans returning back from the military and those that are already here is to help them like we help other small business owners and entrepreneurs. We help them to advocate for them and also to assist them in starting and running their business through several programs. One is to how to manage and start their business, how to finance their business, how to do federal government contracting, how to receive training and counseling, and also disaster loans, just like other entrepreneurs. But we do have specific veterans programs for them.
And Jack, of course, your organization will help. It doesn't have to be a minority, you don't have to be a woman, you don't have to be a veteran, it can be anybody, correct?
That's correct.
Tell us a little bit about SCORE.
SCORE is a national organization, and it is an SBA resource. SBA provides some of our funding. As a national organization, we have about 365 chapters around the country with 13,000 volunteers like me. Most of them are older gentlemen that have been, or women as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's some ladies there, we don't want to just cut them out, right?
It was a slip of tongue, I'm terribly sorry.
But they're not necessarily older.
Correct, that's correct, good point. But these people have a vast experience that they bring to the table. Chapter in Pinellas County has about 50 SCORE members, and as does Hillsborough, and we work closely with Hillsborough. And as Vice President of the Pinellas County chapter and the Vice President of the Veterans Initiative, I started a couple of programs for veterans specifically and their family members. Well, we teamed with St. Petersburg College, and we offer an accelerated entrepreneur certificate program for veterans and their family members. They're able to get 3 college credits from this course, and when they graduate, they become SCORE clients. And no one can learn how to start a business in 8 weeks of 2-hour sessions, 2.5-hour sessions each. So when they graduate from that class, they become SCORE clients, and we indeed help them then develop their business plan, nurture their plan, go through the marketing, all the things that are needed. And we actually, the 3 of us here, we all kind of work together. We kind of compete with each other, but we don't. SCORE is all volunteer, SBDIC and SBIC are not. They're paid staff. That's the big differences. But I also wear another hat. I forgot one thing on the SCORE veterans as well. I put together a business grant program for veterans. that if a veteran is eligible and qualified and does his business plan with a SCORE mentor involved, he's eligible to apply to a private foundation for a business grant program, and the last one that was let was $40,000 for an
that's
escalator
pretty neat.
cleaning business, right?
I like the idea of going and taking the certification. In your instances, how many of them do you think come to you, they've got a great idea or they're passionate about something, but immediately you see they don't have the skills? How can you help them to see that and maybe help them to find out what skills they need to have?
Well, that's where the consultation comes in, the one-on-one consultation, because they come in and we take them through the steps. And this week they might need bookkeeping help. Next week they need to know how to grow the business. And if you give them all the information all in one day, they will not learn anything. So we take them step by step by step, and we help them along. And if they need additional help, if they need to create a budget, if they need to learn how to use the internet, how to create a website. So that's where our consultation
Now, is
comes
there
in.
any charge for the services that you
it's
offer
free.
at all?
It's free. There's no limit at the times they can come in, and it's free.
Robert, how about answering the same question?
Well, we help veterans. I help veterans on a daily basis because as the Veterans Affairs Officer for South Florida, everything south of Orlando down to the Keys, I get calls from veterans in that area. And what I do initially is I ask a few questions to assess their needs, and then based on where they're at on their business planning, or if they're already in existence, then I'll take it from there and provide counseling, advice, guidance about where to go to next in their process, whether it's financing or certification, government contracting, these sort of assistance programs that we have. And also I will work closely with our national resource partners like Service Corps of Retired Executive, the Small Business Development Center Network, which we fund these folks because we all work together, as Rita said, to help the veterans. And then we cater also to the veterans for their needs with veterans programs that we have. So we have veterans programs for transition assistance program at the Department
When
of
they're
Defense
getting out?
basis, yes.
Okay.
And we offer a 2-day seminar with an 8-week online training. This is for veterans still in the military. Then we offer programs for disabled veterans, also with training both online and at major universities. We offer training and assistance to caregivers of disabled veterans, their family, immediate families.
Oh, really?
Yes, and that's called EBV. This is the program will assist any family member with training, also online training, and also training at major universities. Here in Florida is Florida State University. We also have a program for women's veterans called VWISE, and these are conferences that after the lady veterans attend a 15-week online training course, then they can travel to the different locations for these conferences, and SBA will fund the registration, which is their hotel and meals and so forth.
Really?
Right, and after that, they get free support, of course, from our partners throughout the country and our 68 district offices throughout the country for SBA. We have another program that's for National Guard and Reservists with the same kind of online training. So we offer these resources, and they are programs that SBA partnered primarily with Syracuse University to organize these programs to assist the veterans.
Jack, these all sound great, but as you have people walking in your door, what do you think is probably the biggest problem they face coming in that door?
That's a good question. It's a twofold answer to that. One is money, obviously. They're there for one reason, is they have a business idea. We always tell them that you have to be passionate about your idea to make it work. It's not a hobby. It's not, I think I'll try this because I can't find a job. No, that won't work. And we try to ferret that out right away. So it is money as an issue. So if they have a good idea and they want to bring it forward, typically they don't have resources, and high probability that their credit score is not adequate. But
And it's very likely that if they don't have enough money, isn't that the number one reason why businesses fail?
It is.
Yes.
It is. And there are ways to get funding now, especially with new things like crowdfunding, and there's other sources, and the Patriot Express loan for veterans, and there's resources available if the veteran will stay with the mentors that he's with. And what we found in the St. Pete College education class, and what we find with people coming in off the street, is they're eager to learn about what business is. They don't have a clue. They found us, and now they want to learn about it. And they come in, and we tell them what's involved. Now, we don't do the work for them any more than these folks do the work for them, but you guide them, and you counsel them and mentor them. And as soon as we give them a business plan template and talk about the elements of a business plan and what it is, it's like deer in the headlights. I have to do work.
I fully, boy, do I understand that. I have talked with them. I do seminars all over the world, and I do leadership. And a lot of times I'll be brought in to do a leadership seminar for a group of entrepreneurs. And when you start talking about business plans and this, no, I want to kill something. I'm ready to go out and do this. What do you mean I have to go back and plan it? Is that right?
Or they get mad if you tell them, well, you don't have enough resources to get started right now. You know, we recommend that you have at least 6 months of funding to grow the business, to run the business.
And that's a short amount. Usually it takes 3 years
minimum.
to turn a profit. Isn't that correct?
But you should have at least 6 months of expenses to pay your expenses.
For the business, not let alone your home and everything else you got to do.
That's for the business.
Right. Yeah.
And that's when sometimes they don't like that. They don't like that we tell them that.
Well, I can understand they don't like it, but they need to hear this because otherwise whatever money they have is going straight down the drain, isn't it, Rita?
And the business might not be successful after that. Yes.
And Bill, this is one of SBA's primary programs, is financing for small business and for veterans. We have 3 major loan programs, and to start, run for facilities, all of those needs for the business has. Now, what I have developed is a program, and I track every loan that's made in the 9 counties that I service and now in South Florida. And I share this list with our partners so that when they assess the client's needs after they provide all the technical training and assistance, provide them training and assistance to do their business plan, their marketing plan, their financials, then we can start looking and considering the credit, collateral, ability to pay, and investment, as Rita said, because there's an investment required. Now, the majority of our loan programs are guaranteed loan programs, guaranteed 7A loan program, where our lenders, our participating lenders, approve that loan. They underwrite that loan, and then if necessary, they will ask SBA for a guarantee. And that's when it becomes an SBA loan. But this process of this tracking of loans that are made is critical, because once our partners and myself determine the client's needs, then we can refer them and make the transition into financing and refer them to those lenders that are actually making SBA loans.
Wow. Jack, to be honest with you, I'm listening to what he's saying, and I'm thinking, wow, I remember a time when my instructor in accounting, I get a little set of books, and I look at them, and I glaze over. I'm really good at being a speaker and running my business that way, but as soon as I get into books and things of that nature, it gets scary for me, I'll be honest with you. He passed me in accounting only because I promised never to touch a checkbook. My wife carries all the checks, does everything. Jack, what if somebody comes into your office and say, well, you don't have the background and the knowledge, but they're a great, let's say, welder or a great mechanic, and they've got a wonderful idea. Jack, can your office help them team up with people maybe who are good at accounting or good at business or running the office?
That's a good point, because yes, the answer to that is yes. One of the things I've put together as a Veterans Initiative is I've gone out to local companies, a CPA firm, a law firm, a printing company, a computer repair company, et cetera. The CPA, for example, will give 6 hours of free consultation on setting up your books, and then she'll do a review every quarter for a period of 2 years at no cost to the veteran.
Wow.
And that's pretty powerful. The attorney will provide 1 hour of free consultation on what kind of a structure you should have, be it an LLC, an S Corp, or whatever. And then he'll provide a 25% discount for setting it up for you. So we have things like that. The printing company has a whole package put together. So the answer is yes, we have a lot of resources available for veterans and their families. And one of the things I wanted to say on the business plan, when we talk about the business plan, one of the things we tell the people is you can test your theory. And when they go to the school at St. Pete College makes them go out and test their market. Who is your customer? How are you going to reach them, and what are they going to pay for your service?
That's so important to know who your customer is. I have people come to me all the time and say, I'd like to become a speaker. And I'll say, who is your customer? And they'll tell me, and I'll say, where are you going to find that customer that has money?
Exactly, right.
I mean, if you're going to talk to welfare mothers, and certainly there are speakers who need to do that and they need to hear the message, but if you're going to do it for money, where do you find welfare mothers that have the money to come to a seminar?
Exactly right, exactly right. So we teach these people to go test your theory, and before you start writing a business plan with the text, most people when you say write a business plan, they start with a mission statement. No, 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 no. I go immediately to the financials because the financials will show you how real you are. If in month 6 you're going to make a $2,000 improvement, I mean a 2,000% improvement in your return, that's highly unrealistic. Is it possible? The answer is yes, but show me how. And then you can show me back into the marketing strategy, the marketing plan, identifying who your industry and your customer is, and that if you show me you know all of those things, then I might agree that you can reach a certain percentage.
Something I've found in my seminars, when I do a seminar on leadership or business or whatever, the women all sit up front. The men are more, well, they'll sit towards the back.
They probably went to Catholic school and had nuns.
It seems to me, though, that in today's world, women, and there's no question about it, women work harder for less. But Rita, what can your agency do to help these ladies who are willing to work hard go ahead and make the achievement?
Well, one of the programs we have is the Minority Certification and Small Business Registration. And that is an incentive program for them to be able to maybe get a contract with Hillsborough County. So help their business grow by getting business with Hillsborough County.
The set-asides, the small business set-asides?
The small business set-asides and the minority certification.
Okay.
So it does require that they submit an application with a list of documents according to their legal structure. And sometimes they complain because it's a lot of paperwork. But we have to make sure that they are a liable business.
Well, if you're serious,
right,
doing the paperwork shouldn't be a big deal, folks.
Right.
You know, everybody says all this paperwork. Well, you know what? Paperwork's important because that gives you a trail and lets you go back and look over things, correct, Rita?
Yes, yes. And we have to make sure that they're qualified to do the business that they want to run. So.
I noticed that 2 of you, at least, of the 3, excluding you, Jack, kind of talk funny. No, wait a minute. I have Canadian ears. You have to remember that. You both are bilingual, I take it.
Yes.
And so if somebody is Hispanic or speaks Spanish, what if somebody comes here and they speak German? Is there any help for them at all?
In my office, we don't have anybody that speaks German.
Bill, our website is translatable into many different languages.
Oh, really?
Where you can select the language and then have our information on the website show up in that language. So if I speak English primarily or Spanish, sometimes I speak a little French, but if I can't cover their questions in their language, then I refer them to the website to pick that language, select that language, and translate the information on our website.
Sounds to me like you spent some time in the South, though, because you said can't. Did you spend some time in Alabama or Georgia?
I lived in Atlanta for a while, and also I'm from Texas. I'm from San Antonio, Texas.
So you speak a little of that, too,
Yeah,
huh?
sure. I speak a lot of those.
If I may, I'd like to add to what Robert said. We have 50 volunteers in our organization in Pinellas and another 50 in Hillsborough. Many of them are bilingual in different languages, German included. And so what we do, if we have that situation, we look to see who we have as a resource in-house, I'll call it, and we ask them to co-counsel with us and talk to that client.
So if Rita had someone come into her office with a language that she doesn't cover, she could probably call you as friends and say, look, Jack, I've got this person.
We refer customers to each
SCORE,
other.
right,
Yeah,
right.
we have the SCORE office in Hillsborough County is in our same building.
Oh,
so we
that
work
makes
together.
a good job of
Yes.
it.
Right.
You don't
yes.
have to speak Spanish.
Yeah, yeah. So we refer business to each other. Yes.
What do you think if I asked you the one thing that your organization, and Jack, you get a twofer on this because you represent two organizations.
I do.
The one thing that the organization can do best for somebody coming through the door.
For an entrepreneur that is coming through SCORE, those are typically startups. Startups are the people that we just talked about for this past session. There's another segment of that population, which are people that are already in business. We have something to help them as well. But the difference is the people that come in from that, we help them find out if this is a viable entity that they're looking at, find out what they can do to build their business plan. If they need money, they have to have a good business plan. On the other hat that I wear is the entrepreneur source, which is helping people at no cost to them. I coach them in business of franchising. So if they're interested in owning a franchise to be self-sufficient, I provide a safe, non-threatening vehicle for them to explore franchising. And if they choose to walk away from it, there's no cost to them for anything. The way we would get paid for that, obviously, would then, if they sign on with a franchisor that we put in front of them, then the franchisor pays us a fee, and there's never, ever anything added to the investment that the client makes.
Oh, that's
So,
nice.
So we help them understand what franchising is all about, and we help them choose a franchise that will meet their goals, needs, and expectations for long-term income, wealth, and equity. So what we do there, how we help those people is education, and education on both sides is really what it comes down
Wow,
to.
I like the franchise thing because you can stick a lot of money into something if you don't understand it.
Exactly right.
It may make you a lot if you know how to do it, but getting in with you on that. All right, Robert, how about you? What do you think is that one thing that you can offer to the person walking through your doors that'll be the most benefit to them?
I believe that would be an assessment of their needs, provide counseling and counseling at that point in time, and guidance on where to go to meet certain training or counseling with our partners. I deal with 8 SCORE chapters. I deal with locations in 8
Busy
counties,
man.
in 9 counties with small business development centers, and we also work with our other partners locally, like the city of St. Petersburg, and other organizations that assist small business owners. So I will guide them to the process after I assess what is it that they need. And then I also, outside of the office, because I'm out of the office 2/3 of the time.
I was going to say, covering that much area, you
Yeah.
spend a lot of time in the car.
And I conduct over 75 training seminars a year. So, and all of our programs and services. So I also assist clients before or after those seminars and training, after the training or before the training. And also about another 50 events throughout besides the training seminars.
Wow.
Yes.
Rita, same question, but you've had a little time to think on it while everybody else has been answering.
Well, I like to consider our services sometimes as like a mentoring program. So we have different specialties in our office. So my strong part should be one thing, but we have other people in the office. So if it's not me that I can help that small business owner, then I can send them to another consultant or to SBDC. If they're if what they need at that time is somebody that's really good with the internet, with the computers, so I send them to that person. I don't know it all, but we have other consultants that know the parts I don't know. And we hold their hands and we help them every step of the way so that they become successful.
I think one of the values of this program, ladies and gentlemen, is this. You may not remember everything that all of these folks are telling you, but it was like yesterday I was working with a friend who was up in her 80s and was trying to do some unique things with a computer she'd never tried to do before. And I was showing her, and at the end she said, I'm not going to remember all of this. And I said, I know you're not, but at least you're going to know what's available.
Right.
You may not know what button to push, But if our people call any one of you, you're going to help them push the right button, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
correct. And especially in the financing area. As Jack mentioned, we have a finance or loan program, especially for veterans. It's called the Patriot Express Loan Program that can be up to $500,000
Wow, I think I'll fill one of those out.
for veterans and their spouses and widows of those veterans that lost their lives serving their country.
Oh, man.
So, and this is a guaranteed loan program where we guarantee to the lenders that loan up to 75 or 85%, up to 200, up to that amount of $500,000. Very good terms and conditions for veterans. It's an express program that will help those folks, not only for the veterans, their spouses and widows, National Guard, reservists, and folks that are still in the military.
One of the things I want to know is that, let's say AAUW chapter wants a speaker. Can you provide them with a speaker to come out?
Yes.
That's the American Association of University Women. Or a women's chapter, because that's where you're focused, correct?
Yes, any organization that wants us to go and talk to them about our services, yes, we have.
Jack, same for you?
Same, yes, we do.
Somebody will come out and talk to the group?
3 or 4 people volunteer and they go out and speak to the groups.
And I know the American Legion chapters and things like this would be a great thing for many of them. You know, our Sun City one is probably a little old for entrepreneurism, but there are a whole lot of VFWs and other places that certainly have a lot of young people coming back from these tours in Afghanistan and Iraq and all around the world that could use your services.
We just had an initiative of bill for entrepreneurs over 50 years of age, because this month was National Mentor Month. So it was a partnership between SBA, SCORE, and AARP. And we have national events, and then these clients assisted those events, and then of course they will continue assistance from Service Corps retired executives.
I have to interrupt you, Robert. We don't go by that anymore. The reason is it's just SCORE, not Service Corps retired executives, is we have a lot of people that are not retired that are giving back to the community by helping in SCORE.
I do that. Well,
So-
not with SCORE, but I
But
think
that's what the acronym
Yeah.
stands
Yeah.
for. Yeah.
But that's what it
that's what it
stood for, but-
originally stood for,
Yeah.
without any doubt. And it's
Right.
a wonderful country, folks. People do give back on a regular
They do.
basis. And I
They
think
do.
that's, I get so upset when I watch people just want to, it's mine, mine, mine. I earned it, it's mine, I get to keep it all. You know, that's great, but somebody built the roads and somebody else did this program or that program that got you going, right, guys?
Yeah, yeah.
We thank you for tuning in. We're glad you're with us. Don't just let this go, though. Watch the program another time. Catch it either on the cable channel you're on now or catch it on the internet. In either case, make sure that you write down the ideas and suggestions that these people have given us. Thank you so much, each one of you, for being here, and thank you for being with us.